sometimes you just want to go without having to worry about sunglasses, phone, keys, headphones, wallet, and carrying lots of stuff. Amazon Echo Frames 2nd Gen solves at least part of this problem by combining two very common devices we like to have with us into one: headphones and sunglasses. I'm Erin from Tech Gadgets Canada and Tech Gadgets International, and I recently picked up a pair of 2nd generation Amazon Echo Frames to test and review over a couple of weeks. In this review, I'll tell you what they're like to wear in terms of fit and comfort, how the sound quality is when it comes to the listening component, about the battery life, and if I think these are a good gadget for you. An early heads up, if you end up liking this video and finding it helpful, to please hit that like button and consider becoming a subscriber. Both those things do help me keep making more videos that I hope everyone out there can watch, enjoy, and learn from. And don't forget, if you want to read, reference, or share this review, to head over to techgadgetscanada.com for the full write-up. Let's take a closer look at what you get with the Echo Frames 2nd Gen. These glasses are actually quite good at masking the technology that's in here. They don't scream headphone glasses or smart glasses. A passing glance, or even when chatting with a neighbor or coworker, and no one is likely to know what you're actually wearing. The arms of the Echo Frames are noticeably thicker than most glasses in order to house the technology. Inside the arms are two small speakers which will act as open ear headphones, passing your music, podcasts, radio, or phone calls along into your ears. Will others be able to hear what you're listening to or know what's going on? We'll find out when we get to the testing. On the underside of the right arm are volume buttons and a multifunction button. The sides of the glasses are also touchpads where, with a swipe or a tap, you can accept or reject commands. They come in standard clear glass versions or in sunglasses like these here, and you can actually have the lenses replaced for prescription lenses at an optometrist. Amazon went so far as to put a deal in place with lens crafters to actually produce the prescription lenses, so there won't be any bartering or begging, as can happen with other online purchased glasses if you bring them into most optometrists. Not that that's happened to me. Amazon also says a number of insurance providers will actually cover the Echo Frames. The glasses are rated IPX4, meaning they're fine with sweat and they're splash resistant against water, but you wouldn't want to take them into the shower or the pool. One of the first things I noticed, though, when I unpackaged these Echo Frames is how absolutely light the frames themselves are, almost to the point of feeling like cheap dollar store sunglasses. You could say they're either flimsy or flexible, depending on which F word you prefer. I do have concerns that an accidental drop or perhaps sitting on them inadvertently in the car would destroy them in a hot second. These are definitely not high-end or well-made feeling glasses. I'm hoping, though, this doesn't set the stage for the rest of my experience with them. Getting the Echo Frames set up is as simple as it is to set up any other Amazon Echo device. I think Amazon refers to this as its frustration-free setup, and that was definitely my experience here. Just turn the frames on and use the Alexa app on your phone to connect to your frames, and then follow the instructions to pair it to your phone. From there, when you put them on, a Bluetooth connection is established, and they should automatically pair to your phone each time, as mine did. Placing them upside down on a surface will put them into sleep mode and disconnect them from your phone. Okay, first and foremost, these frames are glasses, or in my case, sunglasses, so how do they feel to wear? Okay, for my taste, the lenses seem to provide more than ample shade from the sun, and they actually strike a good balance between keeping the sun out of my eyes while not being overly dark. The specifics here is that these are polarized sunglass lenses with UV 400 protection. Because these glasses are extremely lightweight, they are quite comfortable to wear. Even after long dog walks and listening or wearing sessions, I didn't find that they hurt either the bridge of my nose or the backs of my ears. That extreme bend and flex in them means they should be comfortable for a variety of head sizes too. Now let's get to the listening. The Echo Frames have 4 micro speakers built in, and much to my surprise in my wear testing, there is actually very little sound bleed, making them a discreet way to keep your music with you all day long. Someone standing right next to you would probably not even realize that you're listening to something unless you had the volume absolutely cranked. The frames can adjust their volume to different environments as well, meaning if you're in a busy traffic area, they will automatically raise the audio volume to compensate. When the traffic dies down or you leave that area, the frames will adjust and drop the volume to match. This is a simple on-off choice inside the Alexa app, and you can choose 6 different volume profiles from very quiet to quite loud based on your overall preference. The Echo Frames 2nd Gen might have trouble keeping up if you're consistently in a very loud environment. I noticed that in quite busy areas, like when I'd walk along a very busy road, the frames did have a hard time competing with that much ambient noise. Unlike headphones, these tiny open ear speakers do sit outside of your ears, and there's nothing sealing out outside sound, and that competition can sometimes be problematic. But as soon as I stepped onto a quieter street, it was actually much easier to hear. I really think this would only be a problem for very consistently loud environments, like maybe if you worked on a construction site, for example, or it is always noisy in your neighborhood. If those are factors that would affect you, these might not be the ideal choice if you want to focus on what you're listening to. I have to admit here, I'm surprised at how good the audio quality is from the Echo Frames 2nd Gen. Open ear headphones are always a challenge to review since they provide more of an ambient audio experience. You're not getting the same inside your head, high fidelity focused sound that you would expect from earbuds or headphones. You're hearing your music or podcasts and also any sound that's around you, so it's not a crisp and clear sound picture. Even so, I did find it easy to hear for the most part, and the sound quality of my calls, podcasts, and music all sounded really good. There's also a built-in microphone, so you can use the frames to carry on phone calls or to speak to a lady or another voice assistant. I wore my Echo Frames on morning walks and even took a few conference calls while I was out and about with them. While the call quality is subject to the whim of your cellular service, of course, the listening experience was really enjoyable. It was quite clear and easy to listen to, and my callers said I sounded great, and they admitted that they had no idea I was actually listening to them on a pair of sunglasses. One of the benefits of the Echo Frames is that you always have Alexa with you as a digital assistant. You will need to make sure you have cellular data turned on since Alexa needs a connection to function. If you're not able to access Alexa while you're out and about and off of Wi-Fi, this may be what's causing any problems. You can also ask a lady to give you things like news or weather updates or ask questions just like you would with a regular Echo or Echo Dot, for example. You can also create routines for your frames to update you and play specific tracks or podcasts. I set one up so that when I say, "Hey A, let's walk," it tells me the temperature and then puts on the 99% Invisible podcast for me. Alexa will announce notifications from your phone and read them into your ear. You can choose what apps you should hear from to customize your experience, and a VIP feature lets you choose to get messages or texts only from certain people if you prefer. You can also use frames with Google Assistant if that's more your jam too. Do the Echo Frames work with iPhone? During my first few days when I tried using the frames with Siri on my Apple iPhone, I was frustrated because no matter what I seemed to do or how I called for Siri or when I tried to enable voice dictation, if I was wearing the Echo Frames, they would just not pick up the sound or not adequately communicate it through to my iPhone 13. I found this a bit frustrating because I use voice dictation constantly. In digging around on the Alexa app, I realized it's not just as simple as calling for Siri if you're wearing Echo Frames. There's actually a specific customized touch sequence that will allow you to bypass Alexa and go directly to Siri. Inside the Alexa app, under the customization setting, you enable a touch and hold tap that will invoke Siri. Once I started using that touch and hold on the side of the frames, the iPhone and the frames played magically together, and I was able to talk to Siri to send texts and more. Wondering if others you're talking to might trigger your frames? The microphones inside your Echo Frames 2nd Gen are designed to respond only to the voice of the person wearing them, and you can actually turn them off with a double press of the multifunction button. Moving on to the battery life that's promised isn't entirely clear. Amazon claims you can get 2 hours of talk time and playback over a 14-hour day. Those are their words, not mine. Or up to 4 hours of nonstop listening on a single charge. My personal battery life tended to lean more towards the 2.5 hour mark, with me typically using the Echo frames for about 30 to 35 minutes at a time to walk the dog morning and night. I found I was needing to charge them up about every 2 days on that schedule. Charge your frames using the proprietary magnetic USB charging cable that's included. One might think it might be a no-brainer to include a charging case like you get with earbuds to charge the frames while you're out, but not so. The case on the Echo frames is just a simple hard shell travel case that's actually pretty big and unwieldy. Overall, I am surprised at how much I enjoyed my Echo Frames experience. I wasn't expecting to find so much utility or usefulness in this device, but I have to admit, it is wildly convenient to have your sunglasses also be your headphones. It lets you stay alert to your surroundings while at the same time enjoying music or a podcast, and when it's sunny out, the Echo Frames did a really good job of shading my eyes too. The sound quality is surprisingly good, and I quite enjoyed the open ear experience where I could stay alert to my surroundings while still listening to my entertainment. So what are the downsides? The battery life is the obvious detraction here. At about 2 hours of listening on a charge, you essentially need to keep these plugged in when they're not in use so that they can be ready to go when you want. The very lightweight and kind of flimsy construction does give me a bit of pause, since I think if I accidentally sat on these or dropped them, they would be toast in a hurry. And there are limited styles, so you have to kind of be okay with what's on offer and hope it looks good on you. Even so, the Amazon Echo frames are the multi-purpose gadget I didn't know I needed. But don't take my word for it. Let's see if they pass the puppy test and Rainey agrees with me. Does she like the Echo frames? She seems to want to get as far away from them as possible. Scary cyber glasses, apparently. Echo Frames second generation here sells for about $269 US, and for now they are only available in the USA. Sorry, fellow Canucks. But you can find all kinds of other Alexa-enabled devices in Canada, like the new Echo Dot with Clock, which I recently reviewed, or check out the all-new Amazon Kindle e-reader right now.